Hey guys, hope you're all well. It's Nirav. I'm back with another review. Today I'm going to talk about Quentin Tarantino's newest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So, for those who don't know or have not seen the trailer for this movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood basically shows Hollywood in the 1960s. To make it more clear, this was the point of Hollywood where Western movies were starting to die out a bit and color movies were being born. So from black and white to color. Old Hollywood, new Hollywood. So the movie focuses on two main characters. One, Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his stunt double, Cliff Booth, played by the one and only Brad Pitt.
Pleasure, Mr. Schwartz.
Call me Marvin. Put it there. That your son?
No, it's my stunt double, Cliff Booth.
Rick is a popular actor in Western movies, but since Western movies are now starting to die out because new Hollywood is being born, he feels that as an actor he is not valued anymore and he's not wanted by anyone. He's struggling for roles at the moment, and the roles he does get, he takes them straight away just to stop himself from dying out.
It's official, old buddy. Well, it has been.
As the movie progresses, we find out that Rick actually lives next door to Roman Polanski, a famous film director, and his wife, Sharon Tate, who are both a part of the new Hollywood that's being born at the end of the 60s. And all of these characters that are shown in the movie are connected by one individual thing: the Manson family. Let me give you a bit of a backstory. On August 8th, I think it was, 1969, 4 members of the Manson family, they broke into Sharon Tate's house, killed her 3 friends, Tate herself, and Tate's unborn baby. The cult followers then proceed to write "pig" on the wall of her house with her own blood. The followers of the cult were told by Charles Manson, the leader, to go to the house, kill everyone inside, and make the murders as gory and as brutal as possible. Now, Charles Manson told his followers to do this because Manson actually wanted to be a singer, and a music director that he went to used to live in Tate's house, but he moved out, which now Tate lives in, of course. And he went to the guy's house and he asked him what he thought of his music, and the guy straight up insulted him. He's like, "Nah, this is what, you're never gonna be successful in life." So that kind of triggered an impulse in his brain, and the guy straight up decided to kill everyone living in the house, whether it was not the guy who insulted him or not. Now, Quentin Tarantino builds tension so well in this movie. The film is directed very well. It gives you an exact feel of Hollywood in 1969. The acting is off the charts. The acting is amazing. Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing as usual. Brad Pitt is brilliant alongside him. If they're not nominated for an Oscar the coming year, I'm gonna be baffled. I'm absolutely gonna be baffled. What?
That was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life.
Like you. Rick
Margot Robbie is also really good as Sharon Tate for the small amount of the movie she's in. The movie mainly focuses on Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. Margot Robbie is kind of a side character, and everyone thought that, she was gonna be the main focus of the film, but it's actually more focused on DiCaprio and Pitt, which I really liked. The throwbacks in this movie are absolutely brilliant. They're amazing. Quentin Tarantino is a genius, using scenes from The Great Escape as Rick's audition tape, or using other Western films like Clint Eastwood's older movies, and throwbacks to even Tarantino's older films. Like there's a throwback to Inglourious Bastards.
Somebody order fried sauerkraut! Damn you Nazi bastards!
Charles Manson is only in this movie for less than 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes. He walks up to the house, he asks, "Does anyone live here? I'm looking for my friend." And then they're like, "No, our friend doesn't live here." And then he walks off and he waves to Sharon before he goes. So literally, not even 2 minutes. He's in the movie, but not even for 2 minutes. The guy that plays him plays him really well. He looks exactly like him. Like, the guy who plays Manson looks exactly like him. The same guy also plays him in the second season of Netflix's Mindhunter. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was well directed, well acted. The soundtrack was really good, but the writing could have been a tad bit better. The first act of the movie was brilliant, paying homage to old Hollywood and westerns. The second act did get a bit slow because I think Tarantino was trying to build tension, for the climax. The third act of this movie, so the final 20 minutes, are amazing. The last 20 minutes are absolutely brilliant. We can't forget about one of the best scenes in the movie. We just cannot forget about this. That Bruce Lee scene, that shit was crazy. That had to be one of the best scenes in the movie for me. Brad Pitt fighting Bruce Lee. Only Tarantino.
We get into a fight, I accidentally kill you, I go to jail.
Anybody accidentally kills anybody in a fight, they go to jail. It's called manslaughter.
I absolutely loved this movie. I was fully entertained. I wouldn't compare this to Tarantino's other films because it's completely different, but I love this movie, which is why I'm going to give Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 6 out of 7 cinema tickets. Now I'm going to talk about the ending. So if you don't want the movie to be spoiled, well, the ending, so click off the video. If you don't, and if you don't care about spoilers, then here we go. Now, like I said, Tarantino builds tension throughout most of this film. He builds so much tension that you think that the massacre of Tate and her friends will actually happen. He'll actually show that. That's what the audience believe. But the Manson family members, they drive up to the house. They want to kill Tate. That's their intention. They're ready to kill her and her friends. But Rick spots them parked outside his house in their car. And he screams at them. He screams so loudly at them. He's like, "Get off my property, you hippies." And then they drive back. One of the members clocks that. Holy shit, that's Rick Dalton. He used to be in them Western movies that promoted violence. Let's kill him instead, Logic. So they break into Rick's house and they're met by Cliff, who is high as They proceed to attack him, but his dog beats the shit out of the cult members and the dog saves the day. One of the cult members falls into the swimming pool where Rick is just chilling. He's just chilling in the swimming pool, and one of the members falls into the pool. Rick is just listening to his Walkman. He walks into his shed, brings out a flamethrower, which he actually used. He actually trained with the flamethrower to use it in one of his movies, and not with his stunt double. He used it himself, and he just barbecues that motherfucker with the flamethrower.
Anybody order fried sauerkraut? Damn you Nazi bastards!
Oh god. It's amazing. Then the police come, get their statements, and at the end, Sharon Tate finds out what happened to Rick and his friend, and she invites Rick up for a drink. And the fact that she invites him up for a drink kind of represents the merging of old Hollywood and new Hollywood. And Rick's finally over it, and he's like, yeah, I think new Hollywood's not as bad as I thought it would be. Now, the ending sounds happy because Sharon Tate survived, and so did her friends, but it's much darker than you can imagine. Now, like I said, the fact that Sharon Tate survives is great and all. And then the title, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, comes at the end of the movie. After all the cult members are killed and all of that, the title comes at the end. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time. The title reminds us that this ending that the director has given us is totally fictional. And that's not how it ended in real life with Sharon Tate and her friends. The fact that she was a beautiful and talented actress who is only remembered for her murder, her brutal murder, and not remembered by her amazing work in movies is sad. Right, and on that note, that's the end of my review. Hope you guys enjoyed my review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.